Hey, sisters, and welcome to HealHER. Y'all, HealHER has been absolutely amazing, okay? But there is nothing like what we are about to experience today with our mental wellness segment for HealHER with none other than the house therapist, okay? We all know her and we all love her, Reketta Brown. Woo!
Oh, thank you.
Girl, we've been missing you. We've been missing you. Listen, she's God is blessing you, your locations, your reach is expanding, and your clients are just flowing right on in.
Yes.
But you got to know you got about 1,000 some clients right here, which is us.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Non-paying clients.
Say nothing.
Non-paying clients. Okay. But today we thank you for coming to just help us to focus on what really matters as it concerns just being a woman.
Yes.
You got to take care of your physical health.
Yes.
Got to take care of your spiritual health. But you got to take care of your mental health.
Mental health. Yes.
It's so important.
It's so important. Like, it's just as important as that physical health piece.
Yeah.
Like, you got to do both.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you seeing that more women are like starting to focus on that, or like, do you wish that more women would? I mean, more do, but I'm sure you could always be.
Yes. Yeah. So a lot of women are focusing more on their mental health. Yeah. But it's still some that's like, I'm a wait. Yeah. And it's just like, what are you waiting for? Yeah. But I also think some don't know where to start. So they stay stuck. And they keep going through the same cycle because they just don't know where to start.
So, I mean, that's a good start. Reketta, where to start. What is something we can do like today to just start saying, you know what, I'm going to focus on my mental wellness, like starting right now?
Yeah. So I think that's a very great question. Yeah. As women, we wear so many different hats, roles in people's life.
Sure.
So I think a good place to start would be to just kind of assess what all do I have going on?
Right.
Why am I feeling so tired? Why am I feeling so burnt out? And I think really just assessing who we are to all these different people. Right. And seeing, okay, what can I kind of cut back on? What can I delegate to a family member or someone else? What can I outsource, even if means I have to pay it?
Hello.
You know,
it's worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Convenience, you know, can I cut out this grocery store run by ordering Instacart or, you know, can I get some of my time back by maybe hiring a housekeeper?
Yes.
Or, you know, can I get somebody to watch the kids for the day to give me a little break?
Yes, a break.
Those are simple things that we can do to just start.
And I when I started this initiative, I was thinking that same thing. Like, there are women out here who really, we want to focus on these areas of our life, but we just don't know how to.
Right.
And, you know, maybe we can't afford a counselor right at this moment. But like you're saying, there's little things I can just adjust in my own life.
Yes.
To make sure that I have time for me and that I'm not burning myself, you know, at both ends of the candlestick.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're not always on, you know, because I've been in a place where I have been like on all the time, and it is very exhausting. You become very irritable, just kind of cranky. So you have to find that balance, and you have to figure out, okay, I can't continue to to go through this cycle over and over.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You reading our mail right now. she reading my mail like she know me personally. Like we do know each other, but she reading my mail like you live with me.
Like I can't take on another thing, but like you said, even if, women can't afford counseling, that's okay. You can get outside and you can walk. Yeah. You can, ask for help. Yeah. That's number one. We don't have to do everything by ourselves. Yeah. We can ask for that help.
Just ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We can let the S go. It's time to bury that.
To bury the S and take it off of our chest and say, you know what? I can't do it all. I got too much on my plate. Mm-hmm. And something's got to give.
Something's got to give.
Yeah. And I was thinking about I wrote some notes here and just thinking about when we talked about the Superwoman syndrome last year in 2023, so many women were able to relate to that because, we're holding on to so much. We got so much on our plate, but then we're still trying to be strong for everybody and kind of not express what we're really feeling and dealing with. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I thought about this big word that we use a lot of times, but we don't even know the ins and outs of what it really means to be grieving. Mm-hmm. To be holding on to some things and have some things on our heart and our mind that are really weighing us down, and we're just grieving loss of family members, grieving a loss of a relationship, because something you taught me really in our previous classes, you taught me that grief is not always the loss or the death of somebody, right?
Right. It's not. It's right. It's not.
And so grief is like, give us the not the school definition, but give us the Reketta definition of grief. What is it? Because we may be grieving and don't even know it.
Yes. So grief is basically the loss of anything. When you lose maybe a job, when you lose someone in your life, that could be a friend, a partner, a spouse. When you lose income, you can grieve, okay?
So you can grieve money.
Oh, absolutely.
I might be grieving money. No, really, though.
No, for real, because it's a loss. So that means, okay, let's talk about money, for example, which is something relatable to everyone. Yes. When you lose money, you maybe used to live in a certain lifestyle. Yes. You have certain bills now that you have accumulated. Yeah. And now you have to make all of these maybe quick adjustments because you had a loss of income in some type of way.
You got to move to a smaller house.
Yeah, so you may have to downsize. You may have to sell some stuff in order to get to where you are now. So you can definitely grieve a loss of income. Wow. Loss of a pet. I mean, so grief encompasses so much. Yeah. And one thing about grief is it's invisible. You can't see it.
Ooh. But you feel it.
But you feel it.
You feel it.
Oh my God, you feel it.
Yeah, you feel it. And some of us are feeling that grief right now. And we're stepping into a new year, but carrying like some old things over with us. Mm-hmm. And so if the light bulb is coming on right now for some women, like I know it is for me, it's coming on. And we're trying to figure out when or how will it end, or will it ever end, or what is this process that you find yourself going through with grief? And I know you were talking about the 5 stages of grief and how it never really ends, right?
Right. It never really ends. So it's different stages to grief. And every person may not go through each stage, but they may experience something, or, the people close to them may experience. So, you have the denial. Yeah. Like, is this really happening? Yeah. Like, did I really lose this person? Yeah. Then you have the anger part where,
mad.
You're mad. Like,
just mad.
Why did maybe God do this? Or, why this relationship, and you're angry, you go through all those different emotions. Yeah. Then you're bargaining like, well, why couldn't this have happened to someone else? Why me?
Yeah.
And then, then you're in shock. Yeah. You go through a depression. And then you finally try to come to accept it. So that's what, they say the 5 stages are.
Right.
And, it's a cycle and people go through those different stages. But, I mean, you can experience some of those at the same time. Like you might be angry and depressed at the same time.
Right. So it happens different ways for different people.
Yes.
But so are we all trying to get to acceptance?
Yes. At the end of the day, we're all trying to find some type of way to accept what has happened in our life. We're trying to figure out a way, okay, how do I bring closure to this? Or what narrative can I create for myself for a closure and an acceptance of, okay, this has happened.
Yeah.
I got to figure out a way to move forward and not stay stuck. Because one thing about grief, if you don't address it, it will cripple you and it will cause those emotional symptoms, physical symptoms in your health. Ooh. You may feel it. You may be tense. Yeah. You can have headaches.
It shows up in your body.
Yeah, it shows up in your body.
Yeah. And so a lot of what we're experiencing in our bodies are headaches or backaches or just
body aches.
Yeah. It's grief.
It's grief. Manifesting in our body because it's a part of that trauma. And our body holds on to trauma. And so we have to find a way to release it.
Mm-hmm. And we can't get to that place until we first address it.
Right. We have to address
That's the big part right there, Reketta.
Yeah.
Addressing it. Mm-hmm. Because just as I'm a Black woman, so I can talk as a Black woman that, I've seen my grandmother, my great grandmother, I've seen aunts, even my mother, just sweep things under the rug.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it may be a every woman thing or everybody thing, but we would rather just tuck it than address it. We think that's the way to fix it.
Right. Yeah. And I think, just like you said, I think generationally, we have seen those types of, we have learned those types of behaviors. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just sweeping under the rug. I'm not going to address it. But things just continue to pile up. Yeah. And we just can't keep sweeping it under the rug.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we have to address the elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room. Mm-hmm. So like I'm on your couch, okay? I'm on your couch. And if there's like, I have this thing and it needs to be addressed, but I haven't addressed it. How do you guide your ladies, your clients in finding, I guess, safe ways to address?
Yes, to address different things. So I sometimes help my clients navigate it through asking them, what do you want the outcome to be? Yeah. Ooh. So, and that's a loaded question, right? That's a loaded question. So you may not know what you want the outcome to be. So you have to break it down into steps, into, I will say, SMART goals. So you may have to write a little bit down at a time. Okay, what do I want this outcome to be?
Right.
And how do I get there? So that may require having some difficult conversations with yourself.
Yeah.
Taking responsibility. Like, what part did you play into this situation?
Now you're getting deep. Right? Because now we can't play the blame game.
Right. Yeah. We cannot play the blame game. Yeah. Like, we have to take responsibility for what we do as well. Like, how we allow someone to treat us, what we put up with. So we got to take responsibility. We can't always blame the other person.
Yeah.
Because it's a joint effort.
It's a joint effort. Mm-hmm. So that's the big question, sisters, today. When I'm addressing something in my life that is burning the candle at both ends, before I even sit down to do the hard work, my first question's got to be, what do I want the outcome to be?
Why
am I even bringing this up, right? What do I want out of this?
Yes.
What do I want to change, right?
What do you want to change? Like, okay, so is this, how do I address this? How can I take a step back, address this from, a gentle place? Yeah. Because sometimes we don't need to address things when we're angry or upset.
Yeah.
But, how can I go to this person and just let them know, share my heart?
Yeah.
And, it's not your responsibility to control how that person receives it.
Yeah.
But it's your responsibility to start to release it, start to address it, and figure out how you want to feel as a person moving forward.
Yeah. Now that right there, that hit home. That was good because, we as women, addressing things is hard for us to do, without seeming like we're the angry lady or like the bitter chick.
Yeah, the angry Black woman.
Yes.
In all settings.
Yeah,
church, work.
Oh, what's wrong with her? Yeah, like, no, I'm hurting. Our relationship, it went left. I don't know where it went left, and I just want to get to the bottom of it.
Right.
Like my friend always tells me this, her cutoff game is strong. And I'm like, sometimes we cut stuff off so that we don't have to address where we hurt somebody or did somebody wrong, right?
Right. Well, yeah. Like, what do we do?
Yeah. Or what did we do? And what did they do? And, we can't just end this. In some ways, the closure is addressing it.
Yeah, exactly. The closure is addressing it. And, you may not agree with that person. Yeah. And it's okay because everyone is an adult, but you should be able to at least have a conversation and talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Like, have you ever, and now I'm getting in a business, but I'm just saying, have you ever had in a counseling where you help someone address something that they're dealing with? You bring all parties in.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I have counseled couples.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, y'all.
Yeah.
You have to address it.
Yeah.
You got to talk about it.
Yeah.
Be able to listen to each other.
Yeah.
And, of course, whatever it was may have hurt.
Yeah.
But in order to move forward, you got to talk about it. You got to put it on the table.
Yeah.
And you got to learn how to resolve that conflict.
You got to learn how to resolve it. Have you ever said, you know what? The best thing for this right here is closure. Like, have you ever suggested, you know what? Because sometimes we're like, oh, y'all can work it out, or this can work out. But in some cases, you like, okay, you know what? It might be healthier for everybody if you go that way.
You go that way. Yeah. Sometimes that is the best thing, especially when so much has happened, and it can seem, just so difficult to repair. Yeah. Sometimes that is the best thing, just to kind of figure out how to move forward apart.
Yeah, apart. I was thinking about something because that word repair, it clued me in on this word replace. Because, even in my own life, there's certain relationships that, as I grow as a woman, I guess, I'm in my 40s now, I'm about to be 43. So, I'm feeling kind of grown now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those 40s hit different, right?
You're in your 40s.
I'm in my 40s.
Okay. So, you know what we feeling. We feel grown,
we
right?
We feel grown.
Like, I am all the way woman, okay? So, I'm looking back over my life and I'm realizing that there are people, or there's specific people, even in my family, that I wish our relationship was different. And I see where I've actually tried to insert other people to replace that relationship.
Okay. Yeah.
Like just being honest, just wanting to have those, and not just my mother, but other mother figures in my life that can't really guide me at this place where I am in my life, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They're good aunties, they're good mamas, they're good, granny and all those women that got you to a certain place. I can't sit and ask them, well, what should I do with the sister circle? What should I do with they just can't guide me here.
You feel like that parental.
Yeah.
You want that parent to do that, step in that gap for you to do.
Because you know how your mom teaches you everything. Your aunties, they show you how to cook, how to do your hair.
Right.
How to make sure, you dress right, how to wear your girdle.
Exactly.
But then you get to a certain place and you're grieving the loss of their guidance. Am I making sense?
Yeah, you're making a lot of sense.
Yeah, you're grieving the loss of their guidance at a certain place in your life, and then I feel myself trying to replace that for this as I grow as a woman. But is that healthy, or is it?
So what I would say with that is, I wouldn't encourage you to replace that because some people just aren't replaceable.
Yeah.
And that's just the truth, you know.
Yeah.
But you can figure out a way to accept that person just kind of for who they are in your life and where they are and what they can give to you, because
and what they can.
Yeah, because we have expectations of people of this is who you should be to me, or this is how you should respond, this is how you should treat me, but they may not have that capacity to do that.
Yeah. And that word again, acceptance. That's when you know that you're grieving, I guess, the right way.
Yeah.
When you come to say, you know what?
I have accepted this.
Yeah, I've accepted this. You can't do this for me. And for me to ask you to do this is unfair, right?
Yeah, because you're going to continue to experience that disappointment, that hurt. And it's like you are putting your own self through it because you know that person can't show up for you in that way that you want them to.
Yeah. You know it, but you don't want to know it.
Right. You don't want to know. You're just like, well, this person's, this mom treat them like this, or this person's sister, does, but I can't get my own blood family to
be this,
for me.
Or even in our marriages, or, how we as women, it may say, well, so-and-so's husband.
Right. So-and-so husband did this, or they got 3 jobs or whatever they doing what they need to do. But we can't, and that goes back to that comparison of other people. Comparison is the theft of joy. Yeah. It takes that joy. It takes that joy right away from you. And I did a post, I think it may have been earlier this week, that grief and joy can coexist together.
Wow. How? Right?
Yeah.
How? It's kind of like you feel you got so much like, oh man, I just wish this wasn't this way. It seems like it just suffocates that joy.
Yeah.
But you can do both. You can
have both emotions at the same time. Wow. And it's totally normal.
Totally normal.
Yeah.
And so, in us trying to, so the thought is we can't replace this, even like I'm gonna say, even for our single ladies, right? So let's talk to single ladies, because you've been on both sides of the spectrum.
Yes, I've been on both sides.
You know the married life, and you know the single life.
Yes, absolutely.
And we get in a relationship, so we start dating, and it may come to a place where, okay, this is not gonna work. But then we're on a rebound. Here's another reword. And then we're on a rebound, and we're trying to hurry up and replace that relationship with another dude that we know is not even our type.
Right.
But just to say, I got somebody.
I got somebody in that space.
Yeah. And that can hurt.
It can cost you additional years because you're just wasting that person's time, your time, because it's not the right fit. You're not compatible. But they're a placeholder.
So why do we do that, I guess, as ladies? Why do we gotta have somebody? What is that in us? I guess I'm asking, is it are we not centered or in ourselves, or what are we doing? What's wrong with us?
It's a lot of different things. I think that, we're always trying to fill voids in our life. And sometimes we just have to sit with where we are. It may not be the season or the moment to have a relationship.
Right.
It may not be the season or the moment to, do this part in your business. Some things just require waiting. And we have to have that patience. We have to trust the moment that we are in our life, and just wait and accept this is where I am right now.
Yeah. This is where I am. And I can't rush myself into this next season that I want to see, right? I can't rush myself there. The word that keeps coming to me from our time together is acceptance.
Yeah. Yeah, and even to go back to the relationship piece, with women wanting to have that relationship or trying to replace the last boo they had or the last husband or whatever.
Okay.
Like, you could be doing all the right things.
Yeah.
And that new relationship still not manifest. Wow. Because it's just not time.
Because it's just not
time. Like, you can be keeping up with yourself. You can be saving money.
Yes.
You can be, what they say, in your soft girl era.
You in your soft girl. Okay.
You showing your feminine energy, but it just might not be time for a relationship.
Ooh. It may not be you or him.
Yeah, right.
It just not
time.
You are getting us together. Okay. You are getting us together. You are getting me together because it's not just in dating.
Right.
It's in life.
It's in life.
Like a new business you're trying to start. You got the coins. You got everything. You got the business plan. But it's just not time.
It's just not time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so when we feel that, I guess that resistance from God, that heavenly resistance, we got to be able to accept, okay, God, I guess you're saying.
Yeah. We have to accept and be able to listen to what he is saying. Because like you said, you can have all the ideas. You can have the money already for it.
Yes.
The plan, everything. But sometimes it's just not the right time to do it. And we have to learn to, accept that, deal with it.
With it.
It may not be rejection. Yeah. But it's just, you just have to take a pause for a moment.
Ooh, and that's that word pause it's a big word because a lot of us as go-getter women, we don't want to pause. It's like if we pause, it's like, oh man, I'm not successful.
Yeah, I'm not doing enough.
Yeah, I'm not doing enough.
But look at everything that you have accomplished already and that you're maintaining. Because sometimes we want to do, I'm guilty of this in the past, just wanted to do more and more and more and more. But it's like, okay, look at everything that I have already done.
And take a minute and just say, okay, God,
let me celebrate where I have arrived and what I have accomplished already. Yeah.
And I love the way you center us, to not be in such a hurry to have this void fill, have that void fill, but just simply just sitting it with where I am right now and saying, God, just thank you for what I have.
Thank you.
And what I've done.
And what I've done.
Do you ever find yourself like self-diagnosing yourself?
I do.
Do you ever
let me calm my anxiety down right now. Yes, I do. But also, as being, I would think, everyone has a different definition of success and, what they think they have accomplished. Yeah. I think also as women who are successful, look at you, look at myself, we can still find ourselves comparing ourselves to other people.
Every day. Every day. Because when you said it, it hit me hard because I'm like, I gotta, and almost it makes you want to fast from social media.
Yes.
Because it makes you compare yourself all the time, right?
God, this person doing all of this.
Yes, and I thought I was doing something, but she going to the moon next week. Okay, I gotta go to the moon. Okay, we compare ourselves. But when you said comparison is the killer of joy, it's the killer of joy. Yes. And so how do we, when that comparison, this is my last question I'm gonna ask you, because we could sit on this couch. I'm about to get in her lap in a minute like this. It just snuggle up, okay? What's some things when you find your clients comparing themselves all the time and you're noticing that trend? What are some things you advise them to do to stop that, I guess, or to undo that habit?
So we know social media is a 24/7 thing. Yes. It's so much access to people, the highlight reels of everybody's life. What I recommend is they limit their time on social media. Basically have some breaks, if you go up there, because research has shown that when, people, when they log off social media, sometimes they are more anxious, they become depressed because they're constantly comparing their present life to someone else's life. And you have no idea what that person's true journey really is.
Just what they want you to see, right?
Yeah. We're all posting what we want you all to see. Yeah. So I recommend, the social media limitations, the social media breaks. Like connect with people in real life, outside of social media.
Like we used to do, like in the 90s, right? Yes. Like go out.
Yes, go to the movies, go to the spa, go out to lunch, go walking, build those social relationships. Yeah. And also just like live in the present moment. Try not to think about, okay, this is what my plan is for next year. Right. This is what I got to do, because that creates a level of angst and anxiety. Mm-hmm.
Live in the moment.
Yeah. Like focus on today.
Yeah.
Focus on today.
Today. Yeah. Enjoy today. Mm-hmm. And then get out in the world.
Yes.
Right? Like people actually go to parks and walk. Right?
Yes. Yeah. Because I even, like this year, one of my own personal goals is to just get out more in the community, go to more networking events. Yes. So I can meet new people.
And talk to people.
Like, what do you like to do?
Hey. Yeah. Because we so like this. Yes. We don't even know how to talk to people.
Yeah. So, building those meaningful relationships. So those are some of the things that I recommend. Journaling is also good.
You've always told us that.
Yeah, journaling.
Yeah.
If you have some favorite music you like to listen to. Those are just things just to kind of help with recentering yourself and getting back grounded.
Sisters, we got our homework. We got homework. And this is the journey to caring about ourselves enough to know that we gotta make some changes in order to be strong mentally.
It's a journey. It's not a race.
It's a journey.
It's a journey.
It's a journey. A journey to acceptance, basically, right?
Absolutely.
We're trying to get to that place of acceptance. And so, sisters, Reketta has given us the keys. Let's take a little social media break here and there. Yeah. Let's get out in the world and let's meet up with each other. We got thousands of sisters.
Absolutely.
Let's go to lunch. Let's talk to each other. And here's one thing I think we can do. Somebody bring a basket when we go to lunch. Everybody put those phones in the basket.
Okay, right? Put the phones in the basket.
We can get a picture afterward or before.
Yes, but let's be present and enjoy each other.
And enjoy each other.
Yeah, enjoy each other.
Oh God, y'all, we gotta do it. We gotta do it. Yes. I am coming back again for part 2 with Reketta, and we're gonna go really deep diving into some things that women are dealing with, some things that we don't talk to anybody about, but we try to secretly repair it on our own. And we don't have to do that because we got a circle of sisters who love us and who have the answers, who went to school for this, okay? So let's utilize the gifts that we have in our sisterhood. And if you want in the chat right now, you can share with us some things that you would like to see us talk about. And we're going to do this live really soon, but I want to hear now some things that you would love to hear us talk about, because I'm telling you, there's nothing, Reketta. I mean, with her and the Holy Ghost, we can answer anything. We can answer anything. And so we love you, and we look forward to seeing you again in our next segment of Heal Her. Bye.